Hi, hello and namaste. Sanjay. Welcome to my monthly bullet journal video where I'll be showing you how I set up my bullet journal. My theme for June is all about orchids because before June started, that is end of May, orchids bloomed in my garden and it was really surprising and interesting and inspirational. To find out why it was surprising, interesting and inspirational, keep listening or watch the video till the end. Orchids are kind of tough to draw. I'm telling it from my experience because I tried to draw the petals evenly, but they weren't even because I don't know why they weren't even while drawing it, but later I kind of mastered the technique of drawing it by looking at the pictures, zooming it all in and knowing its figure and structure like people study bones and muscles. The orchids that bloomed in my garden are white in color with little bit of purple and yellow. The palette I'm using has plum color, which is really dark purple, but I needed a lighter purple, so I mixed red and blue, and these are the shades of purple that I came out with. I added white color as well and drew this outline of orchid flowers with leaves, but I wasn't satisfied with this, so I went on to my next page and started drawing the one that you saw in the beginning of the video. I zoomed in the video to show you how I made the orchid flowers. So before making this orchid, I kind of looked at the structure of the orchid flowers very closely and found out that it has 5 larger petals and 1 smaller petal. As you can see that I am drawing 2 larger petals in the middle that goes upward and 2 smaller petals that goes sideways and 1 in between the 2 larger petals. That's how I made the 5 petals of orchid, and the middle petal is kind of irregular, like oval shaped but irregular oval shape. It took a while to draw orchid flower. Now after drawing it for the cover page, I applied yellow color in the middle, that is the smaller petal, and drew darker outlines to make it like a trace to again outline it with watercolor. After tracing everything, I found my purple color again. See me swatching purple color more than I swatch lipsticks, and put it in the tupos of the flowers and gave it a shape, outlined it with a bit of darker one. As I draw this, let me tell you the story about how I got that orchid and why it is surprising, interesting and inspirational for me. Once upon a time, our college took us to Himalayan Resort for a program. I don't quite remember what the program was about, but there was a lot of food, great view, people without masks because there was no COVID, and a lot of natural wildflowers. The program had came to an end and everyone was exploring the resort, and we came across a tree which had orchid flowers bloom, and I don't quite remember if I picked it up or someone else picked it up for me. Long story short, I came home with it and showed it to my mother and everyone in the family that I bought an orchid. We were kind of skeptical that it wouldn't bloom because orchids grow and bloom in tree trunks or branches, and to grow it in the soil that we had in home was kind of impossible because the orchids need certain type of mixture of soil to bloom and grow properly. So we tied it in a trunk of our plant. That's not really a trunk, but it's kind of like a trunk of a plant, and we just kept it there and waited for it to bloom. After tying it, we kind of hoped it to bloom like in the spring, in the summer, in the winter, in every season. We watched it for a year and it didn't bloom, so we kind of lost hope for it and let it be भनेर त्यही ब्रान्चमा कि ट्रङ्कमा छोडिदियो. Not until end of May, my brother told me, "Oi, तैँले ल्याएको फुल त फुलेछ नि." And I was like, मैले कहिले ल्याएँ फुल? He said, तैँले अस्ति नै ल्याथिस् नि तेरो कलेजको प्रोग्राम हुँदाखेरि वहाँ माथि रिजोर्टबाट त्यो फुल कस्तो राम्रो फुलेछ नि हेरेर मैले है कुन चाहिँ? At that moment of conversation, I didn't even have idea that I had an orchid flower in my garden. And he said, त्यो हामीले एउटा प्लान्टको हाँगामा पानी थियो नि त ट्याङ्की माथि हो त्यसको फुल त फुलेछ नि हैन. I'm like, orchid? त्यही हेर त जा भने भयो. अनि राति थियो सो मोबाइलको फ्ल्यासलाइट अन गरेर हेर्न गएँ and I was like, what? And how did it bloom? भनेर सरप्राइज भयो एकछिन किनभने त्यो फुल त हामीले वास्तै गरेको थिएन कि त्यहाँ थियो भनेर हामी त त्यो मरिसक्यो होला भनेर छोडिदिएको थियो कि. अनि रिसेन्टली चाहिँ दाइले माटो अलिकति लिएर त्यो जरा हुन्छ नि त्यसमा चाहिँ माटो अलिकति दलिदिनु भइरहेछ अनि यो वर्ष चाहिँ त्यो फुल्यो आफ्टर 3 years 3 हो कि 4 years त्यो फुल्यो. It was so inspirational for me because the another thing that came in my mind after seeing that flower bloom was related to my dreams and passions. Like I have been having strong interest in designing stuff since a very long time. Before SLC, if someone would ask me, what do you want to do after your SLC or after you pass your +2 or as a career, I would say fashion designing or interior designing. But luckily I didn't get into it because I went to BBA after my +2, which is like another story of a Mawala start, and I'm happy that I have completed it. Let me pause the story to show you this beautiful notebook by Asta Creates, which is perfect for bullet journaling, and you should check her account out to follow 14 days journaling as well. So let's get back to the story where I was talking about how orchid flower was inspirational for me. After I started my BBA, I didn't totally neglect designing. I was kind of subconsciously doing it here and there by taking part in certain workshops. And recently it kind of came to me from my friend because my friend had a friend who needed a graphic designer and he suggested me to do it, and I was like, how can I do it? I don't even have any training. He said like, but you know how to make stuff, so just do it. And I started doing it, and it's kind of related with orchids blooming out of nowhere and me going back or getting into designing. It's like you don't let your dreams die until you let them. Similar to the orchid plant that bloomed surprisingly, interestingly, and inspirationally, we didn't notice that it would like grow and bloom so gracefully. Normally हामीले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि यदि त्यो प्लान्ट फुलेन or ग्रो गरेन भने त्यसलाई निकालेर हामीले फालिदिन्छ, but not with orchids. We let it there. We didn't untie it. We just let it sit there. अनि after certain years it bloomed. So it's like के त्यो आफ्नो भित्र भएको प्यासनहरू ड्रिम्सहरू हुन्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ अहिले राइट नाउ गर्न पाएन भने डोन्ट गिभ अप, लेट इट बी देयर हैन. नेग्लेक्ट नगर्नुस्, एकछिन पज गरेर राख्नुस्. व्हेन वी पज समथिङ त्यो चाहिँ वी आर मोर लाइकली टु गेट ब्याक अन इट. एउटा भनाइ छ नि लाइक इफ यु गेट टायर्ड डोन्ट क्विट, टेक अ रेस्ट भन्ने हो. त्यस्तै हो कि if you don't get time to do your hobbies or tasks or anything you wanted to do but you are not able to do it because of certain circumstances, just keep it on hold for some time so that when you are ready you can get back to it stronger and better. Okay, I guess that's it for my TED Talk. Thank you so much for listening. Now let's get back to bullet journal ko explain गर्ने ठाउँमा. This is my bullet journal weekly layout for the first week, which has 5 days. Yes, 5 days from Tuesday to Saturday. त्यसको लागि मैले 5 वटा बक्स बनाएँ, and this is the layout that suits me very well because I'm kind of person who just does it like to-do list को type मा. अनि त्यो सर्टेन डेजमा के गर्नु छ त्यसमा चाहिँ मैले लाइक चेक बक्स टाइपको और बुलेट पोइन्ट्स टाइपले मार्क गर्दै जान्छु. As you can see, I am drawing a lots of orchid flower in my June को layout because theme नै त्यही हो, त्यही त बनाउने हो नि हैन. Colored plain ले आउटलाइन गर्यो र पेन्सिल कलरले कलर फिल गर्दै मैले orchid flowers हरु बनाएँ. अनि यहाँ मैले गोल्स लेखे अनि येलो कलरले हाइलाइट गर्दाखेरि त्यो कलर लगाउँदाखेरि त्यो कालो भयो. लाइक त्यो पेन्सिलले लेखेर कोर्छ नि हामीले मेटाउँछ नि औँलाले हो त्यस्तै भयो. त्यो चाहिँ नगरौँ ल. I made heavy tracker एउटा full पेजमा अनि I thought of making it for monthly but then I measured it अनि त्यसपछि मलाई त्यो ठाउँ पुगेन and I got confused again के गरौँ. So I made it for 5 days को वाला and I'm kind of disappointed with this heavy tracker वाला layout because it is very big अनि अलिकति भत्ता पनि देख्यो. I made this type of tracker. I don't know what I was going to write in there. मैले एउटा मात्रै लेखेको त्यो वर्कआउट बिकज त्यही कुरा हो मैले मन्थली बेसिसमा सधैँ गर्ने. I'm showing you how I make 7 days wala weekly layout. If you like this kind of layout, then you just like measure the length and breadth of the paper where you want to make your spread or layout. अनि त्यो लेन्थलाई 3 ले डिभाइड गरेपछि सर्टेन पार्ट आउँछ. सो लाइक मेरो केसमा चाहिँ length is 13.5 centimeter and when it's divided by 3 it is 4.2 अनि त्यही 4.2 को लेन्थ वाला बक्स. अनि ब्रेथ चाहिँ 17.5 centimeter when divided by 3 it is 5.8 centimeter. I'm drawing orchids again in this page which I called this week page where I write the goals of the week. I like Dutch door layout, so I'm kind of making it by cutting this orchid outlines alikati space rahera. And yes, I kind of failed in cutting it properly, but I gutted it and made it anyway and I like it. This is where we had our orchid plant tied अनि यही branch हो कि trunk बाट चाहिँ फुल्यो. Yes, फुल फुल्यो. That's it. Thanks for watching this video and listening to my story. If you like this video, then thumbs up, share and subscribe to my channel. Take care and stay safe.